So, um, one thing that when you are getting into prepping, there's a lot of things that you really kind of have to think about. And one of those is your storage space. And this is something that I didn't really think out when I started. I really wasn't thinking too clearly about it. And we end up with this. So, as we can see, I just have a crazy hodgepodge of nonsense. And I'm going to tell you, this is not an effective way to be working with your preps. Now, granted, this is not entirely my fault because I have people that come in and they move my stuff around to find stuff, and this is what I end up with. However, I have something that I found that we're going to implement, and I'm about ready to show it to you. Okay, so what I'm about ready to show you is something that I recently found, and one thing about it is that a lot of times when you are thinking about your preps, you think, okay, we're going to get this, we need water, food, first aid, batteries, lights, candles, all that stuff, right? And that's all super important. But organizing it is something that, I didn't really think about. I said, oh, I'll just, I got some like crazy tubs and stuff. But I started realizing something. I needed a better method to organize my stuff, right? My preps. And so I was in Ross the other day. And again, I like Ross because you can get some inexpensive gear there that you might not realize you're going to get at Ross. Because, a lot of people, when you think Ross, you're thinking like clothes and housewares. But every once in a while, they do surprise me. But there's one thing that they have that I really think is a good thing. And they're $6.99 each, which is still cheaper than most places like Walmart or Big Five or, even Harbor Freight. And they are these right here. So, yeah, you can get these ammo type boxes all over the place, right? You can. However, these ones at Ross, they're $6.99, and they do have an inner rubber seal. But the one thing that I really like about these, and this is something that when you're thinking about preps, as you can see, we'll get out into the sunlight here, but this one is red. And that's one thing that I like about the ones at Ross is because for $6.99, you've got different colors. Like I said, this one is red. This is the one that I started with. This is kind of like a test run. And red, of course, when you're thinking, like your first aid kits, you have the Red Cross on it. So I'm going to use red for first aid. Now here's where it gets good at Ross. At Ross, you can actually get these ammo crates in multiple colors. Now they may not always have a lot of like one color at any given time, but I've seen red, which I picked up because I wanted to start with my first aid stuff because, and in fact, what I was able to do is I put the 150 Outer Banks and the 200 Outer Banks first aid kits that we got, that I opened up on the channel last year. I put them in that case, this ammo type crate, because there's not really an ammo crate because it's plastic, it's not metal, but that has the 350 set of your first aid kit in there. And the reason that I like this is because, and I took them out of those other boxes, is because like the 200 one had like the ice packs. Well, it's a soft case, so it's easy to get those crushed. But in these ammo type boxes, you're gonna save your like your ice packs. You put them in there, and they're not gonna get crushed because that thing's gonna hold up. And so, but they've got I got the red. They have orange. They have green. They have gray. They have pink of all colors. And I think one time I even saw a blue one. So they have different colors. And so my thing is this, right? I've got red one. I put my first aid in this. So the next one I plan on getting, that's going to be my orange one. I'm going to get an orange one. And in that one, I'm going to put things like lighters, matches, ferro rods, your fire starters, because orange for fire. And so my thing is this, is like if you get these ammo crates at Ross, ammo type crates at Ross, and they stack very nicely. Let me go ahead and, if you see on the bottom, they have those round grooves there, and then on the top, they have the slots for them. So they'll stack really nicely. Well, here's the thing. Let's say that something kicks off and you have to evacuate for whatever reason. You know, and so you're just quickly loading up all of your crates into the back of a truck, back of a car, whatever. Now they stack very nicely, right? But you know, you can like, these are small enough that you can grab them, you can throw them to each other, so you can get them stacked into the truck really fast. You know, so, but now let's say that if you have them all the same color, and you need to find your first aid stuff, well, now you got to start opening up you got to start opening up different crates and stuff. However, if they're all color coded, then you already know it's like, okay, well, we had a first aid situation. Okay, well, we're not going to be opening up orange, green, blue. No, we're going to be opening up the red ones to find the right first aid item. Now, granted, what I plan on doing is on the inside, maybe on the outside, I might actually make like a laminated sheet on the outside that tells what's in it. But you know, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the color coding. But still, it helps. And I might just put the contents on the inside of the container. But what I like about those containers is they stack nicely. The color coding, so that when you are, which is really going to help in organization. And a lot of times when you're thinking about prepping and survival, organization is going to help you in so many different ways. It's extremely important. And these Ross ammo style crates are a great way to organize your preps, your stores. Now, another thing that I plan on doing is I've seen some really good Sterilite containers at Walmart, and I looked at them and they're about the same size that 4 Patriot ships their foods out in. So I'm gonna get those, and then we're gonna start storing up our food and water in those. But anyway, so this is the first one in this series, but we'll talk about more about these crates later.